The happiest of happy New Years to you. Excuse my cold. I'm kind of recovering from COVID at the moment, but nearly there, nearly back out of the house. But we've got a lot to go through today. So basically, we've got the Warhammer Old World launch products. There's actually 40 plus releases next weekend, which is outrageous. A huge amount of new releases, and the vast majority are leaned towards the Old World. So we're going to start off with the core sets with Kingdom of Bretonia. I hope you've been saving your pennies because these boxes have really got a lot of content. If you're interested in buying them, there's a lot of stuff in here. So this has got 76 models in it, and it's priced at £155 or €206. And believe it or not, that's actually the cheaper of the two boxes. Obviously, we have the rule book in here, lots of other stuff, you know, the range rulers and markers and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, £155 or €206. All of the stuff from this is available separately as well. We'll get onto that in a minute. But first of all, let's look at the Tomb Kings of Khemri core box. So this is more expensive. It's £175 or €230. There's 93 models in this kit. So huge box, huge, great big box for us to get started with or to reconnect with, so to speak. But like I say, the stuff that's here, with the exception of the range bits and bobs, is all going to be launched separately. And we'll go through that in a second. But just before we do that, if you've already got your collection of the Bretonia or the Khemri forces, you might just need a rule book. And we've got that available here. Plus, there are two books, one for the Bretonians, which is the Forces of Fantasy, and one called the Ravening Hordes. So that's all about army lists for the sides of good and for the sides of evil. So breaking that down, it's got the Dwarven Mountain Holds, the Empire of Men, the Kingdom of Bretonia, Wood Elf Realms, High Elf Realms. So that is everything that's encased in the Forces of Fantasy. And in the Ravening Hordes, we have the Orc and Goblin tribes, the Warriors of Chaos, the Beastmen Brayherds, and the Tomb Kings of Khemri. So everything kind of sandwiched up in those books. But the rule book is £42.50 or €55. And then the other books, the Fantasy one and the Ravening Hordes one, are £30 or €40 each. Okay, now we have two arcane journals. We've got the Kingdom of Bretonia. That is £16 or €21. And we'll get into the other one in a minute. Now we start to break down the contents of the box, kind of priced separately. So the Pegasus Knights are I'm getting ahead of myself there. Right, Battle Standard on Royal Pegasus is £40 or €55. And the Pegasus Knights, they are £37.50 or €50. Now the rest of the Bretonia forces, sadly there's no pricing. So the Grail Knights and Grail Knights Command, no pricing on those. So these are either going to be Games Workshop exclusives or Forge World. And I'm kind of assuming them to mean the same thing nowadays. Yeah, because there's no Forge World store or anything like that. It's all merged into one. I'm assuming it's all kind of the same thing. And that is certainly the case for this product. Plus the Battle Pilgrims and Grail Relicae. The Mounted Yeoman and Mounted Yeoman Command. The Handmaiden of the Lady. The Battle Standard Bearer on foot and mounted. Love that. The Questing Knight Paladin with a great weapon. Okay, now we've got the Kingdom of Bretonia reference cards and dice. So the dice are £26 or €34. I think is that another jump in price? It's 20 dice in this pot, as opposed to quite often we're getting 16s these days, but £26, I'm not sure if that's gone up or not. And the reference cards, there is no price for the reference cards. So that will be a Games Workshop only product. Then we've got the Arcane Journal for the Tomb Kings of Khemri, and that is £16 or €21. Okay, and then we've got a lot of their individual products. So the Tomb Guard is £47.50 or €62.50. The Sepulchral Stalkers are £37.50 or €50. That kit also makes up the Necropolis Knights. We have the amazing Necrosphinx, £45 or €60. And again, that kit can also make the Khemrian War Sphinx. So that dude that is separate there, if you make up the War Sphinx, is a mounted unit. Okay, Cetra, the Imperishable. Again, this is web store exclusive. I'm going to stop saying Forge World because I don't know what is Forge World and what's not anymore. So basically, if it's not available via a retailer, I won't have a price for it. So yeah, GW exclusive. Same goes for the Like Priest or Leash Priest, the Ushabti, and the Tomb King, the Battle Standard Bearer, and the Tomb Swarms. Okay, so again, we've got dice here, same price, £26 or €34. And the Khemri reference cards, no pricing, so GW exclusive. Now, there's a bundle here. I'm not sure if it is actually a bundle, but basically it's got our reference cards, card sleeves, and a separate set of dice, a different set of dice for the old world. Now, the dice set is £26 or €34 as normal. There is no pricing for the card sleeves, so we don't know what they'll be. That will be an exclusive. I would hazard a guess, just because I know from previous games like Underworlds and that kind of thing, probably, for me personally, I will be avoiding the card sleeves just because I know they don't always get supported. So I wouldn't want a certain amount of my collection down the line to be sleeved, and the rest of it to be sleeved in something different. So I'll probably stay away from those. But yeah, all of this stuff, barring the dice, GW exclusive. Now we've got the movement trays, and they come in a pack. And that pack is £25 or €32.50. So there you go. All comes in quite a decent package there. Just a little reminder that anyone who wants to support the channel, the best way for you to do it is to subscribe and put a comment and a little like on this video, and of course to use my Element Games affiliate link. So basically you still get their great discount, but I get a little tiny kickback. By using that link, you don't lose anything, you just help me a little bit. So for those of you who do use it, massive thanks. Right, moving on. So we've got the Old World map. Again, Games Workshop exclusive. No retailers are getting these products. Right, so Warhammer, the Old World Celebration Day. On the 20th of January. That is when it hits the shelves. So there's going to be things going on to support that. Yes, there's a hobby challenge on the day, and it's free to enter. There's links to go and look at that via the Facebook page, and then buying hobby challenge tickets to go with that. Okay, so there's some made to order 40k stuff. So again, unfortunately, no pricing for this. This is web store exclusive. 2 Necron Overlords, one with the Staff of Light, the other with a Resurrection Orb. the classic Cryptek with an upgrade kit to turn a plastic destroyer into a destroyer lord. All four of them are resin kits, as is Huron Blackheart, the opportunistic Chaos Space Marines master of the Red Corsairs. A metal Iron Warriors Warsmith will make an excellent Chaos Lord or Exalted Champion as well. Okay, very cool. And the last of the stuff to go through is the Black Library. So we've got Lords of the Lance. That's a paper, a hardback. That's £22. There is a special edition there. Again, web store exclusive for Games Workshop. We have the End Times Fall of Empires. That's a paperback at £15. Blight Slayer, Gotrek Gurnison. That is £9.99 or €13.50. Again, paperback. And then we've got the new edition of White Dwarf. £6.99 or €9. Looking through to see what we're getting on Warhammer Plus, we have an Old World Battle Report. The Old World also covers Lawmasters. It looks like they're focusing on the Bretonnians. And then we have a Citadel Colour Masterclass. How to paint the distinctive green armour of the Eldari striking scorpions. But that's it for this week. So there's a hell of a lot to get through there. Lots and lots of new releases. And certainly it seems like we've been waiting forever for the Old World to arrive, but it's here with a bang. There's lots and lots of new content out. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to partake in it just yet. I'm probably not. I'm being very, very particular with my Warhammer purchases these days. I also, as much as I've managed to save a bit on what I'm not buying from Games Workshop these days, I have unfortunately managed to develop a slight addiction for Star Wars Shatterpoint. So, and we've got some of that stuff coming out this month as well, which I'm really liking the look of. So I'll probably get that this month instead of this. But this looks great as well. It looks really, really cool. Obviously, it's a revisitation for 90% of the range from things we've had before. But yeah, all looks very, very tasty indeed. But I'll leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Much appreciated. Happy New Year. It's going to be a good one. It has to be a good one. See you later.